What's up, YouTube? Welcome to ExceedTheHype.com. It's your boy Lucrecio back at you with another video. This video is about LeBron James and his incendiary comments about Charles Barkley after yesterday's loss to the Mavericks. Um, Basically, he went with one of his beat reporters, the same beat reporter that he keeps having these rants with or whatever. He just went completely in on Charles Barkley. Let me read some of the quotes for you. "I'm not going to let him disrespect my legacy like that," James told ESPN. "I'm not the one who threw somebody through a window. I never spit on a kid. I never had unpaid debt in Las Vegas. I never said I'm not a role model. I never showed up to All-Star Weekend on Sunday because I was in Vegas all weekend partying. All I've done for my entire career is represent the NBA the right way. 14 years, never got in trouble, respected the game. Print that." Um, he also said in when they talk about his friendship with Carmelo and Dwayne Wade and Chris Paul, he talked about Charles Barkley in this way, where he said, "Go watch the '93 finals when John Paxson hit the shot." James said Barkley and Jordan were laughing and joking with each other during one of the games while somebody was shooting a free throw in the finals. But nobody were friends back then. And that's another thing. And I have a story about that. And there's more reports out there that one of the Bulls assistant coaches stated. He also had some words for Phil Jackson, which I thought was a little odd, when he said the Knicks were playing the Portland Trailblazers and he went up to the suite and Phil Jackson didn't say anything, and this was 2 years ago. But then Phil Jackson comes back and wants to call his team a posse or whatever the case may be, his group of high school friends or whatever. He also made references to Charles Barkley being broke, saying that he wanted to retire but he couldn't, so he has to keep being on TV every week. Which I don't believe that, because he obviously looked like he enjoyed his job. So these were some just quotes with LeBron just letting people have it. This all started from last week on Inside the NBA or whatever. They were talking about LeBron James wanting a playmaker. Now, keep in mind, when he said a playmaker, he was talking about a backup point guard to replace Matthew Dellavedova. But everybody took it, because Carmelo's on the trading block, that it's about Carmelo Anthony, when it wasn't. So the panel was talking about, how is LeBron still wanting more help and this and this and this and that. Now, I saw the game yesterday. The lack of another ball handler and another person to put them in their offense is a real thing. Like, it's real. If it's not Kyrie, and then Kyrie's a scoring guard, his best talent is to score. So if it's not Kyrie, it's LeBron, and then LeBron's best thing is not to be handling the ball that much and trying to make the plays, trying to initiate the offense. So they are badly in need of another ball handler, another person who can initiate the offense. This is true, but they didn't like him asking for it. So Barkley said there's something fundamentally wrong with him always wanting more help, and that he doesn't want to compete. Now, that line is the one I believe set LeBron off. Does not want to compete, because if you look at the numbers, right? The numbers show LeBron with 4 MVPs, 3 rings, and 3 Finals MVPs. What is it? Over 28,000 points. LeBron James has dominated this game of basketball for years, and it's because of his supreme talent. It's not because he just has a whole lot of help. Which, with Dwayne Wade and Chris Bosh, that did help quite a bit, because especially Chris Bosh, because Dwayne Wade, to me, after the first year when they lost, was kind of on a sliding scale on the second half of his career or whatever, sliding downwards. But yeah, you do need help to win the championship. And then when you look over with what the Warriors did with Durant leaving a contender to go bolster another contender, it does appear that you need more. Now, I don't know exactly what more is. I know it starts with a backup point guard. All right, but let me table that for a second. Charles Barkley. Now, I grew up on Charles Barkley. I love Charles Barkley as a basketball player. He was an amazing player. But there is footage. So on NBA on NBC during the '93 finals, I remember this. I cannot find this footage anywhere, but I remember it because I was sitting there on the floor watching that moment. Bill Russell comes to the microphone and he's like, he's angry. You can see he's physically like irritated, and he really wants to get something off his chest. He gets in there and he trashes Charles Barkley, saying, because I think the after the last game of that series, there was footage of Michael Jordan and Scottie Pippen in the locker room, and Charles Barkley in the doorway, and he was like, "I just ran out of gas tonight," and then Michael Jordan's like, "Ran out of gas? You was never gassed up," and then him and they all started laughing. And Bill Russell was so irritated at that footage that he had to get on TV, and he said Charles Barkley will never win a championship because he's not taking it seriously enough. He's not. He's being too friendly with Michael Jordan and all this stuff. So that's a real thing. Like, a lot of people believe that Charles Barkley, his friendship with Michael Jordan, stopped him from being as competitive as he could have been in that finals. Now, I don't know if that's true. I do know that footage is real. I cannot find it. I've been trying to find it for years, but it's out there because I saw it. So, that's again, Charles Barkley is making, LeBron James is making references to that as well in his comments or whatever, his friendship with Michael Jordan, saying that they were laughing with each other in the finals. And there's another report out there, but I'm not gonna say that because I don't believe that one was true. Talking about they went golfing 48 holes or whatever, I don't believe that. That's just ridiculous. So yeah, leave your comments. Let me know whose side you're on. If it's the legend Charles Barkley or if it's the legend LeBron James. At this point in LeBron's career, I just also think that he's kind of tired of everybody's crap. That's really what I think it boils down to. So, and then plus when you lose, it kind of gives you an opportunity to kind of get your opinions out there or whatever, because it just comes off as sour grapes. But in actuality, you just kind of got to say something that you've wanted to say this whole time, but you can't because of how you carry yourself with class or whatever. So yeah, that's the firestorm going back and forth. LeBron James really let Charles Barkley have it, and in a way, he let all his critics have it too, because you need to create the best possible situation you can to win a championship, to achieve something so ridiculously hard. And if you also watch that episode, Shaq got on Charles too, talking about he didn't know anything about repeating or anything like that, and talking about he joined Hakeem and Scotty or whatever, blah 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 blah. All that's true, but yeah, let me know what you think. Leave your comments, subscribe to the page, and yeah, see you next time.